Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and I'm reading Action Comics number 970. Guys, 30 more issues to go. I know I'm going to say that every time. Anyway, so Luthor is in prison, and Lakal and Zaid are his captors. They know Superman's coming, and he does, and they're waiting for him, all armored up and everything. Well, there doesn't actually have to be a fight, which, good. This is one of those, we've already seen this fight. We don't need to see the fight again so soon. So what instead happens is Superman actually gets to see visions of the past. Now, he can't really see the visions of the future, or at least he gets the wispy visions, but he doesn't believe it. Now, he's told that he has to, this is the thing that actually bothers me. The only thing that bothers me about the comic book is that the people, Zayd and Lakal, actually explain to him, you have to put aside your inability to see anything except through time, meaning chronologically. So the idea that he sees past, present, and future as exactly that really limits him. And coming from a more scientific point of view, maybe even a physicist's point of view, the idea that past, present, and future are in a row is kind of absurd if you're not bound to the time stream. And these people apparently aren't necessarily, at least in their minds. And that doesn't mean that it's a mental condition. These guys might be right. Realistically, knowing Luthor, they probably are right. Now, in the end, Superman finally relents and says, okay, you know what? You probably are guilty, Luthor. I like that. I'm afraid that he's still going to try and get them out. They say that the firing squad is the next, is the title of the next issue. I don't believe that Superman's actually going to let him go down. I don't think that this was quite enough to prove Luthor's guilt in Superman's mind. And unfortunately, that really does bother me. Let's be realistic, guys. You and I both know that at the end of the day, Luthor's got to go. All right? He'll find a way to come back. You know, we'll find a way to come back. The writers aren't going to let him just go. But at some point, we really do have to just sit down and admit Luthor is not what's best for humanity. The Joker is not what's best for humanity. If those two went, the murders in the DC universe would drop by like 90%. Maybe 95%, for crying out loud. Anyway, guys, this is still a really good comic. I like that there's actually some explanation in here. This is the typical DC storyline, which is just, it's gorgeous. The way that they simply explain things. They actually work it out. Nothing's just left for the imagination alone. It's actually worked out. The thought is actually thought out all the way through. And that's rare in comics today. So I'm going to give this comic a B. I don't find much wrong with this comic at all. Professor Bell, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.